In this video I'll show you how to tile a floor. What you want to do is, for example, you might want to measure the tiles first and see if you have enough going this way and that way. Because if you say you have a full tile here and full tile, you have a small tile over there, and it's not going to look good. So you might want to have like a half tile here, whatever the case is. But I'm putting a I'm putting my washing machine and my dryer here, so it's not gonna, I'm not gonna see anything on this side. So I just figured I'll go full tiles here, and wherever I'm at over there, I really don't care. I took the old tiles off, I scraped them all off, and now we're mixing Thinset. I want to get a bucket like this and put some of the Thinset and some of the powder in there, and you just mix it with the trowel. The one I'm putting on the floor is this. It's a VersaBond gray Thinset mortar. Now I'm putting this on the floor because if you put the other stuff, which is this here, this Thinset mortar, this is more for like the wall and stuff like that. The one I'm using now, this stuff here, is better for the floor because the tile won't move as much, and you can make this thicker consistence, not as wet, so it could dry faster and it won't move as much. So that's the best thing to use for that. You can also get a 5-gallon bucket, and you get a drill with a little attachment on it, a 1/2-inch drill I believe it is, with an attachment to turn it in there to mix it, if you're too lazy to do it this way. So once this is done, I'm going to show you how to put the tiles down. Now when you're mixing this stuff, the key thing here is to get the clumps out of it. Make sure everything becomes smooth, and you'll know if you need more water if you could barely turn it. So I'm going to do this until everything's smooth. And stay tuned. Alright, now we're going to start putting on the Thinset. We're going to do 2 tiles, and you need a trowel like that. Your Home Depot has it, or Lowe's. Now what you want to do is there's a flat side to the trowel, there's no teeth on it. You use that to spread everything first, and just gotta leave it right. Let me give him some more. Make sure you get a nice even spread. Now what you want to do, you want to do a 45-degree bend and use the teeth to pull everything. This way when you put the tile on, it's going to suck it down, and it's just the right amount of Thinset. And you'll need to get these little crosses too, to space everything out. You can also get a level here, but we know this is straight because we leveled it before. Also make sure that the surface is straight, it's level. If not, you might have to get self-leveling cement. You just pour that down and let it settle, and it'll be level, so you can put the tiles on top of the Thinset. Also, like I said before, when you want to measure this, also leave about 1/8 to 1/2 inch of space in between for the grout when you're measuring to see if the tiles are enough, or where to cut them, I mean, like I said before, from edge to edge. And now these here. Now this is more than 1/8 of an inch in here gap, so you would have to put sanded grout in there. There's sanded and unsanded grout. I'll show you in a bit what that looks like. And now you're ready for the second piece after that. Also, like I said, the level, you can also use a level doing this, make sure everything's straight. This is also especially true if you have large tiles you're putting down. So that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for cutting of a tile, and the grout is next. Another little tip I want to show you guys is once you put the tile down and you put the little crosses in, you just wet. You have a bucket with water and you wet a little sponge and just clean it all up. Now if you find there's too much Thinset in here, you can always grab one of these crosses and just go straight with it and take out what's extra and put it back in. So the grout could go in there. Once you don't want it to dry up and there's Thinset in here and you can't put the grout in. Also, I went with porcelain tiles, porcelain, as opposed to ceramic. Porcelain is a little bit stronger. Ceramic, well nowadays ceramic and porcelain are pretty much the same, but I think porcelain's a little bit stronger, a little more expensive, and it's harder to chip, especially on the floor. So that's what I'm going here with. What we're doing here is we have that little tile and we're going to cut it for that pipe. So you just measure on the tile where it's supposed to be. And what you'll need to do this job is some cutting pliers. So it's pretty much, you guys chip away at it. So we're going to continue doing that. So what we did was I just cut it with the machine on the edges over there, and in the back I used the actual pliers to cut that out. So that's what it looked like when we put it on. Now I'm going to cut a piece for that, and I'm going to use that piece to cut all the rest going straight down. Let me show you how easily you could do that. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to go where I want it. I'm going to make it a little bigger than the one that's next to it, so it'll go closer to the wall. So I'm going to go around there. And also make sure when you do this, leave enough space for the actual grout line. So I want to go about there. About there should be fine. So I'm going to go and cut it right there. So this line here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it here, straight down, and I'm going to flip it around and use the good side over here, and the bad side's going to go against the wall. So let me show you how I'm going to do that. You can also do this with measuring a measuring tape. So what I'm using here is Home Depot has this, Lowe's has this also. I think this was like 50 bucks or something like that. I bought it a little while ago. There's a tray in here, you fill up with water and you put it in. This is a wet saw for tiles. And what you'll need is, I like to use earmuffs and eye protection. So you put this on. And this clips over here. So there's a measuring tape here, and make sure it's exact same where it's up there, it should be here too. So I made the line right here. So you just go move this back and forth until you line up with the actual blade of the saw. Go right there. Once you're aligned, this is straight here, and you have the same space up here. and this turns to clamp down. So your cut's going to be straight. I just like to put my thumb there, make sure there's enough space going all the way to the sink space. So now all you got to do is just turn it on and put away. The good side, so the good side comes this way. Make sure you put the good side this way. It's not a big deal. I can redo it. Alright. Clean excess grout. One there. Across there. And one there. That's how you cut the tile to put it in. And now I'm gonna do the same thing here. Just cut this one the same size going forward. Alright, now it's grout time. Get the tiles sit for about 24 to 48 hours. You could tell by pushing them down if they're nice and dry. And I got the sanded grout. You get this at Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever your home supply stores are. And this is for grout joints. It says from 1/8 to 1/2 inch. It's good for floors. And this is DeLorean gray. They come different colors of grout. So you just mix in here until the consistency is like a milkshake. And a little bit on the watery side. That's how you want it to be. And once you do that, you also need like a sponge-like trowel, sorry. So you could actually put some on it and coat it on the tiles. I'll show you how that looks. That's it. It's pretty easy. Make sure everything's flush with the tiles. Now if you put the tiles in and they're a little crooked, well, not too crooked, but it'll actually hide it. And now you take a sponge with water. You just clean up the tile. I think you get the idea. Once the sponge gets dirty, you just put it back in the bucket. That's pretty much it. And you let it dry for another 24 to 48 hours and you should be fine. We're also going to go get that corn over there. And this is what it looks like when it's all dried up. Over here is a wall, so I put molding. Over there, if it's cement, you can cut the tile 3-4 inches and just put it along the face of the wall. It's cement. Close. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel underneath. Also share me and do whatever you want with me while you're down there. And thanks for watching. Toodles.